Thank you all for listening to me. I basically came here not so much to speak, but to listen. And I think that's the quality that we are losing as a nation. We have ceased to listen. We want to speak. And we want a whole group of people, a mob, to endorse what we speak. And it is from there on that speech or the thought, if it is a violent thought, then goes on to have consequences on our polity and deadly consequences for whoever is at the receiving end of this violence. So, as and when we get down to drafting a law, I think the first thing that the law must basically tell all of us is just one thing: that each of us is a minority of one. And it is only when the rights of each of us individually is protected that the whole majority of society can operate under the rule of law. Because if you look at it, I may linguistically speak Kannada, speak Tulu in this assembly. I am a minority linguistically. We have had language riots. We've had riots on religion. We've had riots for almost every reason. But what is essentially a riot? A riot is violence of the many against the few. How do we get all of us to think in terms of protecting each individual? And the thought that just because we are part of the many, we are in the right and we have a sense of righteousness which impels us to righteous violence, that is what has to be attacked. So firstly, a protection of individual rights. Secondly, what we need to also make people who are in that mob understand is that what is murder? Murder is basically mere common assault with unfortunate consequences. Pehlu Khan's case is a classic one. If you see, people start hitting. Somebody had a key in his hand and he hit harder. Just one blow administered, whether willingly or inadvertently, in a wrong place, can kill a man, and especially in a mob situation. So the first thing is that we need to get everybody to understand is that A, it is unrighteous to be in a mob. And if you are in a mob situation and you are not protecting the victim, you are definitely an aggressor. And the last part of this law, which which suggests itself to my mind, is that common statement. You know, in any riot, you have that thing. Andar ki baat hai, police hamare saath hai. There can't be a riot, there can't be a mob situation which goes on for very long unless there is police complicity. You've just seen what happened in London. When the police acted within 8 minutes of the incident, they immobilized whoever were the perpetrators. Unless the police and the administration have a very firm belief that irrespective of who is the party in power, their job is to protect the citizen, and if they do not protect, they will be found wanting and they will lose their jobs. Unless that thing comes in, we will not have effective action on the ground. So, fixing administrative responsibility should be the third part of the law. The rest, I will keep listening. I hope we are able to present a good law for the public to consider and for Parliament to consider. It is time that we basically outlaw mob violence. We have ordinary laws, but they are not enough. Thank you.